Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and yeah, I've got another one of these Portuguese locks here. This is I don't know how to pronounce it, Teicocil, possibly lock. These are so common. They're like I said, like Yale latch cylinders or Schlage kick cylinders in the US. They are just like so common in Portugal. The last one of these, or one that I picked recently, made by is it Vito or whatever it was? I completely messed up. I picked the wrong side. I miscounted my pins. It was just a mess. Anyway, this is honestly how it came. I don't know why they needed to wrap it quite so securely, but they did. So let's relieve it of its bindings. He says with one of the bluntest knives I own. I need to sharpen this one clearly. And then knock my camera doing it. Okay, let's try and do it with this one. Yeah, shouldn't need that much force on it, should I? Okay. Well, you know, you can berate me about how I keep my knives, but to be fair, that knife is junk. So let's have a look in here and see what we get. Probably the same as the other one. Yeah, sort of like this, where the bolt goes in. You've got various fixings, don't need those. Then we've got the internal and external side, which I will get right this time. So this here is the external side, like this. So that's the external side. That goes through the door like that. This is the internal side, and what apparently is quite common, as we found last time I picked one of these locks, is the inside only has like 3 pins, and the outside is one with 5 or 6. In this case, 5. So looking at the bitting is absolutely awful. Focus on that. Focus, focus, focus. Why aren't you focusing? It's not focusing. Let's try a bit of this. Convince it to focus. No, doesn't want to. There we go. That is the worst bitting I've seen in a lock for ages. I'll be terrified after a few uses if I don't accidentally pull the key out while it's in its like locked position. I just sort of pull the key, so you know, or while it's not in its locked position, I just sort of accidentally pull it out because the bitting is so awful. That is, yeah, truly terrible. I'm just going to reset my camera because I'm sick of it not autofocusing. That's no use to anybody. Okay, we're back. Yeah, so I was just, it's so unlucky, isn't it? You just buy a lock and you have no idea. This was bought in Portugal as well. Just so annoying that you have no idea what bitting you're going to get, and you get a really sucky one. But there you go. Let's grab a vise and put it in and see how it picks at least. Okay, we're in the vise. You can see that the bolt has been thrown. It's a double throw. What I mean is you need to undo it once, twice to unlock it. And I do not hold out much hope for this lock whatsoever. So I'm going to just try to single pin pick it to begin with. And if that works on the first throw, then we will rake it for the second one. So a bit of a 2-in-1 video really. So let's have a go. Pin 1 is binding all the way up. Pin 2 now, all the way up. 4, 5. Who knows what happened to 3, but we have an open. Then that's quite stiff, but we get it so far. Then I guess we'll need to just pop those pins up and then see if I can rotate it round. I might need to actually use a bit of bottom of the top of the keyway to just turn it around, because it's quite stiff. I need to turn the lock, there you go, as I'm pushing the pins back up into the Bible, because they just catch. So there we go, got it past, and that's open, number 1. So let's turn that around. Okay, let's try raking it, and I'm just going to use something real simple. I'm going to use a city rake on this. Not even going to like try on this. And it's even worse than I thought. I hate that. And there we go, up we go. And I wonder if I can actually just jam this in the center. I can, which makes it a lot easier. And just shove the city rake into the top and turn it, and we're open. That is utterly disappointing. That is such a shame. Not unexpected, I'll be perfectly honest with you. My experience of all the Portuguese locks I've picked so far, not the Spanish ones, you can buy some good Spanish locks in Portugal too, but the Rhodes, Teicocil, Vito, I think, all those ones just seem to use standard pins and not particularly good ones. Let's see if we can gut this. This side might not be guttable. If it's like the Vito I did, then on the inside of this, they sort of got these sort of flanged out some like retaining clips and things on the inside. Yeah, like that. So I don't have any tools with me right now to be able to sort of unflange that or push it back in. Yeah, because they really have sort of pressed that down. You can't just squeeze it in from the sides, I don't think. I suppose I'd give it a go. I didn't try that last time. That honestly, last time was just like a complete mess of a video. I can only apologise, but it does happen. I've got some pliers. This might work if I can squeeze those in. It is slippy, and I'm getting no grip. No, that's not going to work. Whatever they've done here, it's incredibly hard. I thought I'd just be able to like spring it apart. So I would say that that side is, because you can't remove this to open it up, I'm not going to leave alone, but we might have an idea from this side what's going on. I imagine that it's just going to be standard pins, but bear with me, and I will try to get all this out. These little spring clips are a pain to get out of here, so that's one, and that bit, and this little collar thing, which I don't know what that does. Put that there, then we can get a key. There we go, and probably a shim somewhere down there. Put that in here at the top. I think it doesn't really want to go in, but I'm going to make it work somehow. There we go. So in like that. Then we're going to get a follower or something. Would that work? Is that too wide? Oh, might work. Might work. Oh no, I reckon that's too wide. This is a standard size follower. Can I try this one? That work? Don't tell me it's oh, and it's skeletonized. Look, that is so gross. And this is not a standard size plug either, so that follower isn't going to work. I suppose I could try to do it with a really small one and just hope that I don't completely mess it up. I don't, honestly, at this point, I don't really care. It's going to be all standard pins. It's all going to be gross anyway. Oh, something's plopped out. It's a driver. Let's have a look. Got to find it now. Sorry about that. There it is. Oh no, it's even worse. This is literally everything about this, as I dig further down, is it just gets worse. Let me show you what I mean. So one, it's a yeah, one. So first of all, on the inside, like a lot of cheaper locks, they only put a few pins in. You can use the key, but it basically doesn't do much else. You've got some basic key pins there like this, which is fine, and just drop that last one out. Then you've got a skeletonized core, which obviously saves on money because you can recycle the brass you mill out of there. If you don't know to use a shim, You can trap your driver pins in here, and that'll be it then. You can't do anything about that, and you have to dump the lock. And then you've got these awful driver pins, which I'm going to try to get out. Why wouldn't you use a stand? What really? Oh, the shortest little pins springs in the entire world. And I'm just going to dump it all out. There's no point even trying with this lock, honestly. I rarely like to say that anything is junk, but it's junk. It just really is. It offers you barely any security at all. There's the insides. Nothing too spectacular. Having picked it, I have to say that I imagine that this is going to be exactly the same in terms of having standard pins and probably a skeletonized core on the other side, albeit a couple more of them. These are badly misshapen pins. Can we just appreciate the dent inside of this one? Look at that. Can you see it? What's that about? And also, if you look, these are very well rounded driver pins. You want them sharp. If they're rounded, they will self-pick to a degree. It makes it sort of easier for the lock to operate, of course. A bit like having beveled cuts on the top here, but it just reduces the tolerances wildly. And yeah, there's another like divot here as well. Look at that on that pin. So everything about this lock is just designed to pick super easily. I mean, it's probably quite hard wearing in some ways, because it's obviously all this rounding and everything's going to be quite gentle on the lock as it's used. But in terms of security, it barely offers any at all, as you saw. And I wish I could say this was an isolated incident, but it seems to be all of the Portuguese brand locks that I've tried seem to be very much like this. Anyway, a bit disappointed, as you can probably tell. But that being said, whilst I'm disappointed in the lock itself, I'm not disappointed having these in my collection, because they are a lock made in a different country. It's not something which I can normally get hold of, and therefore, to me, it's an excellent thing to have in my collection. But would I recommend it being used on a property? No, not at all. Anyway, look, I hope you liked this video. Please leave a like if you liked the video. Dump a comment down below if you want to leave a comment. I'll read them all, reply to as many as I can. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, like to see more content like this, then please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And of course, I'll see you all next time.